advice when it comes to marriage and dating, but we know it takes time to work to build a better relationship. So back here with some advice about how to make a marriage last is Jennifer Stiers. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
I know, great to see you, especially with that big ring on your finger today.
So Jen said, hey, Jenny, so now that you're going to be getting married, let's come in, give you some advice, and give everybody else some advice. And one of the things that you were just saying is make time for each other. You think that's one of the biggest keys to success?
It is. I think people get so busy building, especially in young marriages, that they get so busy building their career and family that they sometimes forget to nurture that relationship. And it's probably the most important thing we can do. I mean, that relationship's going to be forever. So you spend the time loving each other, nurturing each other. Date night, I know some people think it's gay. Just kind of weird to do and have to force a date. But
you were saying that people might think it's an odd thing to do.
Yes, yeah.
And so,
kind of weird, but it's not. It's very important that we nurture our relationship, that we spend time with our partner, that we nurture that one thing, that love that is between each other.
And the other thing that you mentioned is surround yourself with friends who support your marriage. So I'm guessing you're not saying get rid of all your single friends that are still going out and having that different kind of lifestyle, but maybe what do you mean by that?
Well, it's important that we couples hang around, not just people that support marriage, but people that are always also happy in their relationships and marriage. There are studies to prove that a divorce happens in groups, and so if one person is unhappy, it tends to spread. And so it's really important that from a trust factor too, that that your partner's with people that support a healthy relationship.
That is such a good point, and I love when when you meet somebody and you see, okay, all their friends are in good, healthy, normal relationships. It's
right.
Like, oh, thank you.
Right.
That's great.
Right.
So the other thing that you mentioned is not putting marriage on hold, or I guess your marriage priorities on hold while you have kids, and that I can only imagine is such a hard balance because you've got these little humans you are responsible for.
Yeah, and so many times people, you have the little humans, and it becomes your life. But the most important job of raising those humans is maintaining that good relationship, because that little human needs a mom and dad, and that's important to nurture that relationship so that when those children are growing, that they see a healthy, loving relationship. And we are teaching them how to love too. And so that's super important that we show them what love is. And if we're not nurturing that relationship and loving each other and communicating with each other and nurturing each other and touching each other and showing affection to each other, our children aren't going to learn either.
I have to say that is one thing that my fiance had mentioned to me. He's great with kids, loves kids. And he had said, this is way back in the day, I always imagined that I always want to make sure that I'm putting my wife first, and I thought I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that he knew that.
Yeah, no,
because I probably would have gone for kids first.
Yeah, yeah, no, absolutely, and that's good that you just said that, because you know that your tendency is going to be toward that.
Yes.
So keep the kids out of the bed. Put them in their own bed boundaries. Learn that, because what happens so often is that people put so much energy into their children. By the time they have an empty nest, they have an empty marriage, and then that's not good either. So you got to nurture that.
Jen Stiers, thank you for the advice. I will personally listen to it, and hopefully everybody else will as well. Here's what's still coming up. We know it is a rainy